Good evening, basketball fans. I'm Tom Smith alongside Ron Probst, both of us former coaches here at Speedway High School and boys basketball. We're here tonight for the girls varsity basketball team. Lady Plugs will be playing tonight Perry Meridian. Originally scheduled to play Sheridan tonight because of COVID. Sheridan could not play and Perry Meridian could not play as they were supposed to play Edinburgh tonight. And so the two schools matched up and the Lady Falcons are here and Morris Pollard Gymnasium for tonight's contest. Coach, talk to us a little bit about Perry Meridian's schedule and Sagarin rating and so on.
Well, Perry Meridian probably have played them before, but it's been a long time. Member of the Mid-State Conference, which obviously Speedway used to be a member of. Franklin, Mooresville, Plainfield, Greenwood, Whiteland, Martinsville, Decatur Central. A little bit about them. In 2020, according to the IHSA enrollment, they were the 18th largest school in the state, had 2,445 students. So it's a large school that we're playing tonight. Coming off of 4 losing seasons in a row. Probably the big year that they had was 2003 when I think they went to the state finals. Katie Douglas, if I remember correctly, might have been on that team who started at Purdue. Also, a coach of theirs, probably in the Hall of Fame, Mike Armstrong, who coached for a long time. No longer the coach, but Mike was coach at Perry Meridian for a long time. 18th leading victory coach of girls basketball in Indiana. He won 426 games. So it's a school that's traditionally had a lot of pride, a lot of tradition as well, but have fallen on a little bit of hard times here lately. As far as their schedule this year, they're 4-12. We have 2 opponents in common. We both have lost to Southport, and we both have beaten Brebeuf. So on short notice, Mr. Avery did a great job of filling in on 2 days, I guess, notice of the COVID issues with the team that we were supposed to play. So I think it's a really good game. Even though they're a large school, it should be a very competitive game. Jeff Sagarin has us both very close to each other. So looking forward to it.
The Perry Meridian Lady Falcons are coached by Amanda Davison. As Ron mentioned, they are 4-12, but they play a schedule primarily of 4A teams. School size, Speedway's about 540, I think. You said Perry Meridian around the 2,000 bracket. So it'll be a good contest for the Sparkplugs, or hopefully it will be. Both teams have been affected a little bit by COVID. I noticed that Melinda Bryant is not here tonight. And I don't know that it is COVID, but very well may be. Melinda started the last game, has done a nice job. She's one of 2 seniors on the Sparkplugs. Camille Perry and Melinda Bryant are the 2 seniors. There are 7 sophomores on the varsity and 2 freshmen. So we're looking forward to a good contest tonight. We will have the national anthem here in a moment, and then we'll come back to you with the starting lineups of tonight's game.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Speedway High School and Morris Pollard Gymnasium for tonight's matchup between the Speedway Sparkplugs and the Perry Meridian Falcons. Speedway High School, its administration, and athletic department would like to take this opportunity to welcome our guests from Perry Meridian High School. Restrooms are located on the 2nd level of the gym behind the American flag, and also on the 1st level of the school in the hallway opposite the team benches. The concession stand is open on the 2nd level of the south end of the gym, opposite the American flag. In the spirit of sportsmanship and education-based athletics, we ask for all attending today's contest to please act responsibly and courteously to those around them. Negative language and inappropriate behavior will not be tolerated. Please give the players, officials, and coaches the respect they deserve. Thank you for being a good sport. Speedway High School is proud to have Select Physical Therapy as its provider of sports medicine services. The Sparkplugs would like to thank the team doctors and athletic trainers Select Physical Therapy provides for the care of our student athletes. Now, ladies and gentlemen, can you please rise and remove your hats as we honor America with the playing
now your starting lineups. First for Perry Meridian, number 2, Maya Monday, a 5'7" junior, their leading scorer, averaging 16 points a game. Also at point guard is Allison Rastorelli. Number 11, a 5'4" senior, Isabel Egan, a 5'10" sophomore. Number 13, Estella Scaringe, a senior, a 5'9" senior, will be another guard. And rounding out the starting lineup at center for the Perry Meridian Falcons is Kaylee Butts, number 32, a 5'10" sophomore. They're coached by Amanda Davidson. And for the Sparkplugs, at one guard, Chloe Ellett. Camille Perry, number 23, also at a guard, leading scorer for the Sparkplugs, a 5'6" senior. Audrey Wendell at a guard, 5'7" freshman. Daniela Galvez, number 11, at one forward. And the other forward, Alex Delisle, a 5'11" sophomore. So the Plugs once again will start Chloe Ellett, 5'4" sophomore. Daniela Galvez, a 5'9" sophomore. Camille Perry, 5'6" guard. Audrey Wendell, a 5'7" freshman. And Alex Delisle, a 5'11" sophomore. So the Plugs starting with a senior, 3 sophomores, and a freshman. Once again, the leading scorer for Perry Meridian, and a player that the Plugs will have to keep their eye on. Number 2, Maya Monday, averaging once again 16 points a game. Leading rebounder for the Lady Falcons. It's Isabel Egan, averaging 6 rebounds a game, number 13. So man-to-man for the Falcons. Camille Perry with the ball to Chloe Ellett. Back to Camille Perry. Daniela Galvez inside to Alex Delisle. Delisle's pass over the head of Camille Perry. Turnover by the Sparkplugs. Perry Meridian with the ball. Chloe Ellett has been assigned Maya Monday, their leading scorer. Monday takes it to the basket and scores. Another turnover by the Plugs. Plugs with some full court pressure. Monday now with the ball out on top. Both teams, as we said, in a man-to-man defense. Monday drives, scoops, and scores. The foul is going to be on Chloe Ellett, her first. So 2 straight baskets by the leading scorer, the Lady Falcons. Goes to the free throw line. Perry Meridian jumps out to a 5-0 lead.
Only a minute, 10 seconds into the game, but it's pretty obvious that Maya Monday is going to be a key to tonight's game, whether or not she has a great night or whether or not we can hold her down. She's off to a great start.
The third turnover by the Sparkplugs, and that foul is going to be on Camille Perry. So Speedway off to a slow start as Maya Monday goes to the line for 2 this time. Six nothing, Perry Meridian. Misses the second free throw. Plugs bring the ball down the court, down 6-0. Don't I've had one shot last time down the floor. Camille Perry inside. The shot misses. Maya Monday for three, no good. Perry with the rebound. Daniela Galvez comes up with the ball. Takes it down the lane.
Good drive.
Layup and misses. So Speedway with a shot from Delisle and another shot from Galvez inside, neither of which fall. The Plugs trail 6-0.
Both shots and Camille Perry's shots, I thought were all three really good shots. Just need to knock them down.
3-point shot attempt. Camille Perry on the drive, jump shot and scores. So she breaks the ice for the Sparkplugs, 6-2. Last 3-point shot attempt by Estella Scaringe for Perry Meridian, that was no good. Maya Mundy now with the ball, being guarded by Audrey Wendell. Nice defensive play by Camille Perry to knock the ball out of bounds. Be Perry Meridian ball underneath the basket. 5 minutes, 6 seconds left in this first quarter with Perry leading 6-2. Ball inbound, goes to Allison Rastrelli. Into Monday. Monday's shot goes out of bounds. It'll be Sparkplug ball to be inbounded by Daniela Galvez.
Camille doesn't want to pick the dribble up that deep into the press. Good look.
Ball comes in to Alex Delisle. She gets it to Galvez. Over to Wendell. Rolls around and in. Audrey Wendell. Plugs close the gap to 6-4. Mundy with the errant pass out of bounds. It'll be Sparkplug ball. Coach, we talked before last week at a game where you were not up here, but just like Audrey Wendell's shot there, to not use the backboard, that just makes it so much more difficult a shot for young players out there. Anytime you can get to the glass, use it. Allows you to make a little bit bigger mistake and the ball still goes in.
Showing our age, but we both remember Coach Wooden at UCLA, and when you watch them warm up, they had drills specifically, even as far as 10, 12, 15 feet out from the wing, they would use the backboard.
Audrey Burrell into the lineup replacing Chloe Ellett. Audrey also a sophomore, 5'9". The Plugs with a little 1-2-2 half-court trap. 3-point shot attempt from the corner, no good. Perry Meridian comes down with a rebound. And a 3-point shot by Estella Scaringe. Perry Meridian leads 9-4 inside to Audrey Wendell. And she scores her 4th point.
Good hustle.
Alex Delisle with a steal. Gets it to Camille Perry. Camille with a short jump shot. It goes in. And that's her 4th point. So Wendell with 4. Camille Perry with 4 for the Plugs 8 points. Once again, a little half-court trap by the Sparkplugs. Daniela Galvez with a block. Gets it to Camille Perry. I think Camille Perry's going to have a good game, Coach, for the Sparkplugs to, she's the only senior. Again, out on the floor now is 3 sophomores along with her and a freshman. Daniela Galvez with a short shot, and it's good. And the Plugs take a 10-9 lead.
Yeah, sometimes when you have a young team, and I was just looking at our schedule here, hard to believe, 2 weeks from tonight is our last regular season game. We have 5 games left after this one. And you get into those dog days, and you coach and I coach, and it's not always as fun and entertaining as it was at the beginning of the year. Sometimes you just kind of hit the wall, especially with younger teams. So when you mentioned about Community Perry and their importance in this game, you're exactly right. These are the times that seniors have to take over. Seniors have to, they've been through it. Your leadership really shows out. A lot of coaches at this time of the year will even cut their practices down to maybe an hour and 10 minutes, just because you need to stay fresh. Physically, unless you've had illnesses or injuries, you're probably about where you should be by now.
You know, which brings a point you just made. Practices, you know, some players been out. There's physical things going on with COVID and so on that cause you to have players missing practices and missing games and so on. And so it's kind of an unknown in many ways who you're going to have and who you're not going to have in certain situations. Once again, the Plugs with their trap.
Good pass.
Good pass inside. The shot is missed, and Camille Perry comes down with a rebound. Reagan Hendry into the game for the Sparkplugs. Number 5, also a sophomore. Galvez on the drive, gets it inside to Burrell. She tosses to Delisle, goes quickly to Perry, and back to Reagan in the corner. Reagan Hendry misses a 3-pointer. Good ball movement, good shot.
Speedway doing a lot of pressuring on the perimeter, as you can see right there, double team. Up to this point, Perry Meridian's not done a very good job of taking advantage of those. They should be able to get good
I think
shots.
That's going to be a foul on Alex Delisle. 3 fouls on the Plugs, none on the Perry Meridian Falcons.
Falcon substitution, number 11, Allison Rastrelli.
Oh, shoot. I thought she had a shot.
Camille Perry comes up with a loose ball, and the shot misses a shot inside. And that pass is going to go out of bounds, and once again it'll be Sparkplug ball. So Speedway fell behind early, 6-0. Then we're behind 9-4, but now have a 10-9 lead with 40 seconds remaining in this first quarter. Genesis Austin with the ball, a freshman into the game for the Sparkplugs, number 14. Alex Delisle from the corner misses. And that completes the first quarter. For the score, Speedway 10, Perry Meridian 9.
All in all, I think of a good first quarter for Speedway. Started off slow, as you mentioned. We were down 6-0. I think offensively we're getting good shots. I don't think there's any issue there. Defensively, we've been successful at trapping on the wings, but you just kind of wait for Perry Meridian to make one or two better, more accurate passes, and they can get easy shots, but so far they've not been able to take advantage of that. Looking at the remaining schedule for Sparkplugs, play Beech Grove, Indiana School for the Deaf, South Putnam, Lutheran, and Cascade. And as I said, 2 weeks from tonight, we play a Cascade team, I believe, which is a really good team this year.
Yes.
So that will be well, it's a home game, most likely senior night. And it will be a conference game as well.
So in the alternate possession, Speedway will have the ball to start this second quarter. It will be Burrell, Austin Genesis, Audrey Wendell, Daniela Galvez, and Camille Perry in the lineup for the Sparkplugs. So a senior, 2 freshmen, and 2 sophomores in the lineup for the Sparkplugs. Camille Perry on the drive, misses.
Good rebound.
Saves the ball out of bounds off a Perry Meridian player. It'll be Speedway ball. Perry gets it inside to Burrell. She misses the shot out in front of the basket. Perry Meridian comes down with a rebound. Another turnover for the Lady Falcons. Perry takes it all the way. I think we're going to have the first foul on the Falcons. And that's going to be on 22, Stella Scaringe. Taking the ball out of bounds for the Sparkplugs, Camille Perry. Audrey Wendell with a 3-point shot, no good. Comes down off a Perry Meridian player. Will be Speedway ball again.
Checking in for the Falcons, number 11, Allison Rastrelli.
Perry with the 3, and it's good. Camille Perry with her 7th point of the game. And the Plugs lead 13-9. So a 9-0 run for the Sparkplugs has led to a 13-9 lead. Perry Meridian's ball out of bounds on the side. And again, the biggest thing, Coach, I think up to this point has been the turnovers Perry Meridian has made.
I mean, you look right now, as we both know, the middle of the floor is wide open, and they're just having a hard time getting through these traps.
Maya Mundy from the corner, no good. Camille Perry comes down with a rebound. Out to Audrey Wendell, short on the 3-point shot attempt. Alex Delisle with a rebound, gets it to Galvez. The jump shot, no good. It's going to be Speedway ball again underneath their own basket. Coach, I now see Denise McClanahan on the sideline for Lady Falcons. Coached years at Southport. Alex Delisle on the inbounds play gets her first field goal. Had an awful lot of wins at Southport.
Yeah, she did. I think she may have even been an all-star coach one year, but I'm not certain about that.
Camille Perry with a rebound on the missed shot. Ball
Good
goes
recovery.
to Chloe Ellett. Inside to Delisle, and she misses it. And we're going to have another timeout taken by the Lady Falcons, their second.
Timeout Falcons. This is a full timeout.
A full timeout taken. So it's extended now to an 11-0 run for the Sparkplugs. And as you said, I think the 1-2-2 half-court trap has bothered Perry Meridian.
We'll watch the next time down, but it just doesn't look like they're putting anybody in the middle of the floor. And if you don't do that, you'll be in a lot of trouble.
Girls basketball season is, they start a little sooner, but it seems much more condensed for some reason than what the boys do.
It does.
As they head into state tournament next month.
Yeah.
Speedway will have a tough sectional to get through. The Indian Creek being the favorite.
And the tournament is at Indian Creek this year. Cardinal Ritter, Beech Grove, Aaron, and Washington are the other 6-team sectional. And as you said, at this point anyway, Indian Creek would be considered the favorite, but as we know in Indiana high school basketball, favorite does not always win.
We've said before, if the favorite always won, we wouldn't play, would we?
No.
Jump ball, alternate possession will go to Perry Meridian.
See, Tom, I really think if they get somebody, I know what they're trying to do now. They're running a little baseline screen.
I think Speedway is just playing a straight 1-2-2 zone now. I don't think they're trapping like they were a moment ago. Maya Monday scores her 8th point of the night. Speedway sets up their offense once again with Delisle, Galvez, Perry, Wendell, and Chloe Ellett, who comes up with the ball, gets it over to Audrey Wendell.
Good bounce pass.
And she scores her 6th point of the night on a nice pass from Chloe Ellett. Now we see some trapping again, and I believe a foul is going to be on Camille Perry. That'll be her 2nd. Audrey Wendell comes in to replace Camille, along with Reagan Hendry.
Kind of important time right now with Perry on the bench. I would say probably of these players that we have, she is the person that you would like to see on the floor as much as possible.
Correct.
In other words, i.e. all the time.
Yes.
So it's an important stretch here. 4 minutes to go. We'll find out. We're 6-point difference now. Sparkplugs are ahead. We'll see where that goes.
Audrey Wendell comes down with a rebound to Reagan Hendry. Galvez's pass goes into Burrell as her shot's blocked. Another shot goes up and falls in for Audrey Burrell. And the Plugs lead 19-11 with 3 minutes, 25 seconds remaining in this first half. Ball goes inside, misses. Alex Delisle comes off with the rebound. Takes it down floor, gets it to Galvez for a 3-point shot attempt, no good. And Reagan Hendry comes up with a loose ball. Chloe Ellett to Alex Delisle. Reagan Hendry. Back to Delisle.
You know, as I watch our girls and our boys teams both teams very unselfish. Always looking to hit the open person. And sometimes even guilty of overpassing. But both teams really unselfish play.
Which isn't always the case. Credit to the girls. Scrivens with her second three-pointer. They close the gap to 19-14. Another turnover by the Sparkplugs. A double dribble called on Daniela Galvez. Perry Meridian will have the ball out. 2 minutes, exactly 2 minutes remaining in this first half. We'll see if the Plugs can milk that to get it to halftime without the services of Camille Perry. Maya Mundy with a three-point shot attempt is good. And all of a sudden, it's a 19-17 game, Coach. And Coach Joe Smith will take a timeout. 19-17, 132 after two straight three-pointers by the Lady Falcons.
And both possessions had one thing in common. They reversed the ball. They got the ball going back and forth. And it's a lot harder to play defense when you got to switch from one side of the floor to the other. And both of those possessions, Perry Meridian changed sides of the floor 2 or 3 times and ended up with really good shots.
Perry Meridian began the game with a 6-0 run. And since the score was 19-11, they've made another 6-0 run. As we've talked before many times, kind of a game of streaks oftentimes. And Plugs went on a long run from being behind 6-0 to score 11 straight points, I believe.
I know one of Coach Smith lays down, as all coaches do, goals before the season starts, and I believe one of his goals for the team for the year is at some point to win 5 games in a row. And if I was looking at our schedule correctly, we've won our last 4 games. Riverside, Rising Sun, Edinburgh, and Crawfordsville, as long as that is the correct thing. So winning this game tonight would be hopefully not only stopping at 5, but going even further than that.
And so that I don't forget it later, I saw on Twitter this week that Brian Avery, our athletic director, had sent out that the Lady Sparkplugs basketball cumulative GPA for all players was a 3.84, which is pretty remarkable. We talk about student athletes. In the last game, we interviewed Camille Perry and Melinda Bryant, 2 seniors, and talked about student athletes, but that's tremendous.
Yeah, that's to balance what they're doing here with what they do in the classroom.
Perry Meridian misses the layup. Daniela Galvez comes down with the ball. Chloe Ellett guilty of carrying the ball. 54.7 seconds left in this first half. Plugs once again leads 19-17. We've kind of gone into a different mode without Camille Perry running the offense. Daniela Galvez with another rebound.
I was about to say I think we lucked out that it was going out of bounds because I thought it was our ball. I think the 10-second count was getting really close to the limit.
It was close. And I'm sure Chloe Ellett thought it was going to be our ball, or she would have gone after it. Reagan Hendry comes down with a rebound. Gets it to Daniela Galvez. Ball out of bounds, will be Sparkplug ball. 14.8 seconds to go in this first half. Reagan Hendry will inbounds the ball. Gets it into Alex Delisle. Back to Hendry. Audrey Burrell with the drive and the shot. No good. To Galvez. And scores.
Big basket.
And a good job by Audrey Burrell to get the steal and the assist to Daniela Galvez. The Plugs lead 21-17 at halftime, and we'll be right back with your first half scoring. Once again, Tom Smith and Ron Probst back here at Morris Pollard Gymnasium at Speedway High School in Speedway, Indiana, where the Speedway Lady Sparkplugs lead 21-17 at the half over the Perry Meridian Falcons. Perry Meridian had two people that scored that first half. Maya Mundy, their leading scorer, averaging 16 a game, had 11. And Stella Scaringe had 2 3-pointers for the other 6 points for the Lady Falcons, who scored 9 points in the first quarter, 8 points in the second quarter for their total of 17. For Speedway, Audrey Burrell had 2, Daniela Galvez 4, Camille Perry 7, Audrey Wendell 6, Alex Delisle 2, so 5 different scores for the Sparkplugs. They scored 10 points in the first quarter, 11 points in the second quarter for their total of 21. Coach, first half, kind of turnovers, part of it due to some aggressive defense, particularly the trapping that Speedway did. But not the highest scoring of games probably for either one of these teams.
Now, I think going into the second half, the key is going to be if we continue to play the same type of defense that we played in the first half, because I think they solved that a little bit. I don't say solve, it always helps when the shots go in, but they were getting good shots the last 2 or 3 minutes of the half just by reversing the ball and getting our defense to move. So I think that's something to look to. I think another thing from our standpoint is that you mentioned they only had 2 people score. I don't know what their statistics are for the whole year, but you got to kind of figure when 2 people are scoring, that those are the ones, at least one of them is one you're going to shut down. And we got to really know where we don't want Maya Monday to beat us. You know, for years, every year Alabama plays football, they always talk about, in the same way with New England, is they take away what the other team does best. Everybody tries to do that, but they do it exceptionally well all the time. And these are cases right here where you got one player who is pretty obvious she's the leading scorer and the person there depending on, we need to do a good job in the second half on her.
I think you hit the nail on the head. The 2 keys, one is stopping Maya Monday, and the other key is Camille Perry not getting in foul trouble, because she'll score some points for the Sparkplugs, but if she picks up her 3rd foul early in this 3rd quarter, because that was 19-11 when she went out of the game, and
we lost 4 points on that lead while she was out.
The Lady Falcons scored 2 3-pointers after she came out. We scored right at the buzzer. Otherwise, we wouldn't have scored when Camille was not on the floor those last 4 minutes.
Yeah,
4.5 minutes.
Really important that she's on the floor.
So here we go with the second half. Daniela Galvez inbounds to Camille Perry. And it looks now like a little zone defense maybe. Audrey Wendell to Camille Perry. Goes into Alex Delisle, a 15-foot jump shot. She misses. Perry Meridian comes down with a rebound.
Good shot. We did a really good job of attacking that zone the first possession. It was really good. That's not what we wanted to see.
No.
Speedway foul on number 23, Camille Perry.
And not a necessary foul either.
No.
As a senior, she's got to know that she can't pick up her fourth. Monday with a shot. I think Perry got fouled over the back there.
She did too. This is a veteran official crew, been officiating high school basketball for a long time. A lot of games here at Speedway.
Reagan Hendry into the game for Audrey Wendell. Don't get a fourth, Camille. She gets a steal. Takes the basket, misses the layup. Chloe Ellett comes down with a rebound to Daniela Galvez. Back to Perry. The jump shot no good. And it's going to be Perry Meridian ball. Perry Meridian gets it inside to Estella Scaringe, but she travels. It'll be Sparkplug ball. Sparkplugs with a bad pass, give up the ball. Maya Monday misses the shot. Reagan Hendry down with a rebound.
Good pass.
Nice pass from Camille Perry to Chloe Ellett for the field goal. The Sparkplugs lead 23-17. Camille Perry with a steal and a layup. A timeout taken by Perry Meridian. They're going to take a 30-second timeout, their third timeout. Plugs now lead after a 4-0 start to this quarter. After almost 3 minutes in the quarter, they have scored 4 straight points and lead 25-17.
The Great American Ballpark and Riverfront Stadium baseball, on the scoreboard, they would always have a saying, walks will haunt. Well, in basketball, live ball turnovers will haunt.
Yes.
And they've haunted Perry Meridian here the last 2 possessions. It really unnecessary. They bounce pass, could have got it through very easily.
Checking in for the Sparkplugs after the timeout, number 24.
So Audrey Wendell returns the lineup for the Sparkplugs. So it's Wendell, Galvez, Ellett, Delisle, and Perry. We don't want to belabor the fact, as we probably are, but 1 senior, 3 sophomores, and a freshman now on the floor for the Sparkplugs. Just wish Camille wouldn't get her hands in there and just move her feet. Perry Meridian's getting the ball where it needs to go.
Yeah, much better.
13, Isabel Egan scores her first points on the night. Delisle with a nice pass to Wendell, misses the layup.
Perry doing a much better job than they did in the first half.
Another bad pass by Perry Meridian. Wendell takes it to the basket for the layup and misses. Foul called. Wendell's going to go to the line.
Falcon foul on number 32.
Foul is on Kaylee Butts, her first foul of the half for Perry Meridian for the first time tonight. A Speedway player will go to the free throw line. She drops in the first for her 7th point of the night. Banks in the second one. The 27-19 lead. And I think that ties for the biggest lead. I think 19-11 was our biggest lead prior to that time. 8-point lead. Once again back to 8. Camille Perry with a steal after the Delisle deflection, and Perry scores. And that's her 11th point on the night, and Speedway has its first 10-point lead of the night, 29-19, with 3:30 left in this third quarter.
Tom, that is her 4th layup after steals in the last 2 minutes.
The Plugs jump out to a 12-0 lead. I wouldn't be surprised, Coach, to see some point in time this quarter, Coach Smith have Camille go to the bench and get a little breather, but some time where she's not going to pick up her 4th foul as well. We'll see. They're a little short-handed tonight. Melinda Bryant once again not here, a guard that would help with the ball handling. 31-19, 3:15 remaining in this third quarter.
I know we'll probably talk about it again at another game, but Indian Creek will be the host school for the sectional that Speedway will be participating in. And I think that the other sectionals that feed into the regional would be the Danville sectional, Northview, and Guerin Catholic. And right now, Indian Creek, Tri-West, Danville, Chittard probably would be the favorites if you would look ahead that far. And I think the regional's at Greencastle, but I'm not certain.
Well, at one time, a former coach from here, Kelly Kirchhoff, was the Greencastle coach, and now she's at Whiteland, I believe.
She's at Whiteland. Actually, the Falcons played Whiteland earlier this year, and Whiteland beat them 56-40.
Kyle Brown, the lead assistant on Coach Joe Smith's staff, has also been a coach for several years at Beech Grove.
I know I mentioned earlier about Mike Armstrong, who was a longtime Perry Meridian coach, but I was looking today at the all-time leading coaches, and I was going to ask you some trivia here. If you could name the school that some of these coaches coached at, if we get a chance at some point, we will. I only picked out the ones that I knew, so.
Well, I'll probably know about 1/5 of the ones that you know. Age is a factor here. Once again, Speedway with a 1-2-2 zone defense. And not trapping out of it right now. Now they trap in the corner. Genesis Austin gets her hands on it. Reagan Hendry comes up with the ball. to Daniela Galvez. To Alex Delisle, and she scores her fourth point of the night. The Plugs lead by 14.
Now this really has to be frustrating for the Perry Meridian coaching staff, that the number of turnovers they've had in this quarter.
And that's a field goal by Reagan Ray, her first points of the night.
Perry.
Camille Perry scores again, her 8th point of the quarter, 15th point on the night. Another steal by Camille Perry. To Reagan Hendry, and she scores. Reagan Hendry with her first bucket of the night. Alex Delisle with a steal.
Thought she may have gotten fouled. Oh, yep. That was, the second call was good.
An offensive foul on Estella Scaringe. Be the second foul on the Falcons. Camille Perry with a long three-point shot attempt. No good.
A double dribble.
Owen Harvey into the ball game for Perry Meridian, number 1. Reagan Hendry for 3, no good. Audrey Wendell with the offensive rebound and the putback for her 10th point of the night.
That was just a matter of who wanted it more.
We're going to have a foul on the Sparkplugs.
Speedway foul on
Number 11, Danielle Galvez. Her first foul. Maya Monday will go to the line for the Falcons. Hits her first free throw, her 12th point on the night. As we've said many times up here, Coach, good scorers are usually good free throw shooters, and she is 4 for 5 on the night from the free throw line. Daniela got the ball caught on her leg on the drive and was called for travel. 39-23, Plugs lead by 16 with 43 seconds remaining. Camille Perry, Daniela Galvez take a seat. And Monday happened to be in the right place at the right time to pick up the loose ball and score a basket. 15 seconds remaining in this third quarter.
Nice pass.
Nice pass from Burrell into Delisle. She misses the shot but gets fouled and is going to go to the free throw line. Foul on number 11, Allison Rastrelli. Alex Delisle will go to the line for the Sparkplugs to shoot 2.
Checking in for the Falcons, number 32, Kaylee Buck.
Good shot.
Delisle hits the second of 2 free throws for her 7th point on the night. Scaringe on the drive, and the foul is on Alex Delisle, her second. And Ella Scaringe is going to go to the line for Lady Falcons. Hits the first. And hits the second as well. So we end the third quarter with a score: Speedway 40, Perry Meridian Falcons 27.
Well, the story of that quarter was the number of turnovers that Speedway was able to force Perry Meridian into. I know we got at least 10 points off of live ball turnovers. 8 of them were by Camille Perry. Defensively, I don't think Perry Meridian's playing that bad at all. It's just you can't keep handing the ball over and giving us points. You know, earlier in the evening I was talking about the officials, and we've talked about the need for officials often, but I don't know if you saw the article in the paper Kyle Niedrip did with the Gary Hamilton's crew. It was over vacation where they were doing, it was to spend, Kyle Niedrip does a great job with the Star following high school sports. It's been a long time since we've had a writer that's that good for covering sports.
Right.
And that was a great article, just following them around from the time they met in a parking lot in the morning until they got home in the evening after doing a couple of games.
I think they had 3 games that day.
Yeah.
And that was a good article.
Yeah.
We start the fourth quarter with a 13-point lead for the Sparkplugs. And we're going to have a foul on Maya Monday. And that's her first. Ball be taken out underneath by Chloe Ellett. Goes into Daniela Galvez, Alex Delisle, and back to Camille Perry as Coach Smith calls out a play he wants to run. Be Speedway ball out underneath their own basket. Once again with a 13-point lead. Nice pass inside to Daniela Galvez. She misses the layup. Good ball movement on the part of the Lady Falcons. That's going to be Perry Meridian ball. I think 210 is the 2-3 zone the Sparkplugs use, at least on the inbounds. We'll see if Alex Delisle goes back out to the point and goes back to their 1-2-2 once it gets inbounds. Which another bad pass on the part of the Falcons, and the Sparkplugs will have the ball. We're going to have another foul on Maya Monday, her second. Camille Perry will go to the line. Camille has not been to the line tonight. She has 6 2-point field goals and a 3-point field goal, and adds a free throw to that for her 16th point. And a timeout taken by the Lady Sparkplugs. Their second timeout, a full timeout. 41-27, 6:21 left in the fourth quarter.
And you know, after I know they played Perry Meridian has played 16 games, you would think that you probably would have seen about everything you're going to see defensively, but you never know. So my point with being is how many times this year they've seen a 1-2-2 trap on the wing type of a defense, and you would hope to get to see all that by the time you play in the sectional.
Right. You know, we started out in a man-to-man defense, and they scored the first 6 points, and we played a zone ever since. Sometimes trapping out front, sometimes trapping when it gets to the corner. But it's created a lot of turnovers for the Sparkplugs. So far in the game for the Sparkplugs, Camille Perry, the leading scorer with 15 points. Audrey Wendell in double figures with 10. Alex Delisle with 5. Daniela Galvez with 4. 2 each by Chloe Ellett, Reagan Hendry, and Audrey Burrell, for the Sparkplug total of 40. Camille Perry misses her second free throw. And we've got a jump ball, and it'll remain in Perry Meridian's hand, with the next one going to the Sparkplugs. You know, one of the things you see, or at least it appears that you see more often today, Coach, is Kyle Brown decides who goes in and who comes out for the Sparkplugs. Taking a seat is Chloe Ellett and Audrey Burrell. They usually play a couple minutes, and then they'll come in for 2 other people, giving 2 at a time breaks typically.
And I've also seen too where assistant coaches will call out of bounds plays. That'll be their specialty, and I think that's good. I believe on the varsity boys team, assistant coaches call out of bounds plays.
At the line for the Falcons is Estella Scaringe. She misses her first free throw. And the second one. Ball knocked out of bounds by Maya Mundy. It'll be Sparkplug ball. So the Falcons have Scaringe, Monday, Kaylee Butts. Now we see Perry Meridian with some pressure.
Yo. Yep.
And we're going to have a travel on Camille Perry. Also in the lineup for the Falcons, Isabel Egan, Allison Rastarelli. 41-27, score remains the same. 5:35 remaining in the ball game. That hit the basket support.
I thought it did too.
Genesis Austin into the lineup for the Sparkplugs, along with Alex Delisle, Camille Perry, Maya Mundy on the drive, and she's fouled by Audrey Wendell. So Monday, who is 4 of 5 from the free throw line for the night, the leading scorer for the Falcons. 15 points, and now 16. And 17. Speedway inbounds the ball. Camille Perry brings the ball up the floor for the Sparkplugs. We have Perry, Delisle, Galvez, Wendell on the layup.
Good layup.
Scores on cue. And Genesis Austin in the lineup for the Sparkplugs. So once again, 2 freshmen on the floor. Maya Mundy with a 3-point shot, no good. We're going to have a jump ball. It'll be Speedway ball. Daniela Galvez has quite a few rebounds tonight, Coach.
I think you probably could have taped that from about any game we played this year, and we just keep replaying it because she is a great rebounder.
We're going to have a foul on Maya Mundy, her third. Sixth foul for the Falcons. 5 fouls against the Sparkplugs this half. So the next one for the Sparkplugs, or correction, the next foul for Perry Meridian. Speedway will be in the 1-on-1.
Good movement. Whether that goes in or not, it went in, which is
3-pointer by Alex Delisle. That's her 8th point on the night.
that was one of the better. It only took 4 or 5 passes. One of the best sets we've had all night.
Delisle on the drive.
Came back, nice change of direction.
And that's her 10th point on the night. So the Sparkplugs with 3 ladies in double figures.
You know, the Falcons had cut it to 12 points, and with 4 minutes to go, you're still a little bit. But we're able to stretch that out a little bit here.
The field goal there by Isabel Egan, her 4th point on the night. Camille Perry on the drive to Daniela Galvez, misses. Camille Perry, a nice job on defense of not fouling, and gets the rebound, brings it down the floor.
There we go.
Gets it out of the corner, back out to Delisle out front.
Yeah, Perry Meridian coaching staff's calling, bringing their defense out, I think, not to play man-to-man, but to stretch it out and trap out of the zone.
The foul is on Maya Mundy, her 4th.
Sparkplug substitution, number 21, Destiny Thompson.
Camille Perry hits the first of a 1-on-1. She now has 17 points on the night, as does Maya Mundy. Into the game for the Sparkplugs, Destiny Thompson, number 21. Camille hits both free throws for a 49-50-31 lead, excuse me. Number 2 minutes, 20 seconds left in the game. Scaringe on the drive, misses. Rebound comes down to Destiny Thompson.
Perry Meridian still in the zone, but chasing a little bit more than they did before.
A bad pass by Alex Delisle. Reagan Hendry comes into the game, replacing Audrey Wendell. Owen Harvey with the shot, misses. Reagan Hendry with the rebound. Camille Perry will bring it up the floor. A foul on 13. Isabel Egan. Camille Perry will go to the line again. Shoot a 1-on-1. Into the lineup, Audrey Burrell replaces Alex Delisle. Daniela Galvez takes a seat. Audrey Wendell back in the game. Camille hits her first free throw. 19th point on the night.
Important for everybody to be able to hit free throws, especially your point guards.
And at the buzzer, Chloe Ellett will replace Camille Perry. 52-31, 1:08 left in the game.
Sparkplugs averaging 53 per game this year, so we are really close to that.
That's Estella Scaringe with her third three-pointer of the night, her 11th point on the night.
Perry Meridian averaging 37 points a game. So late in the year, numbers are kind of telling the truth.
Long rebound to Egan. A little jump shot. Her 6th point on the night. And we've got a jump ball. The ball will go to Perry Meridian. A jump ball once again. Ball will go back to the Sparkplugs. 11.7 seconds to go in the game. 52-36. Unless we happen to have something, a foul and some more free throws or something at the end. And that's going to complete the game. The final score, Speedway 52. Perry Meridian Falcons 36, and we will be right back with your scoring and an interview with Coach Joe Smith.
Located throughout Morris Pollard Gymnasium, we certainly appreciate your assistance. If you please exit the building shortly after the game is ended, we ask fans on both teams to not congregate on the floor, in the stands, or in the lobby. Thank you in advance.
Welcome back to Pollard Gymnasium tonight, where Speedway Sparkplugs defeat Perry Meridian Falcons 52-36. Speedway goes to 12-4 on the season. Just real quickly, some scoring for the game for the Sparkplugs. Burrell 2 points, Henry 2 points, Chloe Elliott 2 points, Danielle Gavez a lot of rebounds with 4 points. Camille Perry, 20 points. Audrey Wendell, 12, and Alex Delisle, 10 for 52 points. For the Falcons, Maya Monday, 17. Reagan Ray, 2. Isabel Egan, 6. Estella Scaringe, 11, for a total of 36 points. Coach, congratulations. First of all, I know sometimes before games you send up some information. I kind of scat over that. And one of the goals you have on the year is at some point during the year to win 5 games in a row. And I know we've had a lot of changes here in the schedule, but I believe that was our 5th game in a row.
That was. We just talked about that in the locker room. We did.
That's awesome. Game started off kind of slow. Got down 6-0. We're playing some man-to-man, switched to a zone, and you kind of took off from there.
Yeah, it was. I told our kids, I thought, I'd say if this was right before Christmas break, I don't think we win this game because we got down 6-0, and at that point, I think we've matured a lot since then. That doesn't seem like that long ago, but it's a lot of practices and games and situations and lots of talking with the kids. We've had some illness, but boy, what a mature group for really a young team. We've never talked about how young we are with our kids, but we have talked about, we play 2 freshmen, and really at this point of the season, they should be playing like sophomores. And we don't have any juniors, but, the sophomores ought to be playing like juniors at this point, and Camille and Melinda ought to be playing, well, for their lives because, we don't know how long season's going to last.
Sure.
So, I got 5 wins in a row, and that's huge for us. That was one of the kids made that goal at some point in the season to win 5, and they knew this was a tough team regardless of record, and, boy, you talk about some athletes, they've got them. Gosh, they were strong and physical and athletic, but I thought our kids played really well. Senior down the stretch going 5 for 6 from the line. That's big for us.
Well, that was going to be my next question is in the second quarter, Perry went out, and I think we were up maybe 8 points. And at the end of the quarter, we were up 4, and it's kind of like stay on the floor. And both of us up here, every time she was trapping on that sideline, like, don't get so close. But
you're not the only one.
But she's doing what seniors should do, as senior leaders should do.
She's become more of a vocal leader for us, and that's really been a struggle for her. Even the last 3 years when I felt like she needed to be our vocal leader, point guard on the floor, and that's just not her demeanor. But today and most recently in practice, I'm hearing her voice more. She's encouraging kids in the huddle. She's talking about situations, and she just did it really good. Today I said she was 5 of 6 in the fourth quarter from the line. That's where she was 5. She shot 6 free throws, and it was all in the fourth quarter. She was 5 of 6. In the game before this, she scored 14 points. Or maybe 2 games before this, she scored 14 points in a quarter. But we told our kids, said, you can't rely on Camille. We want her. She can carry us, but she's got to have some support. And up to this point, really, it's kind of been different kids in different games. So I think as a coach, if I'm thinking scouting-wise, oh, my gosh, we know we have to stop Camille, but there's all these other kids that are scoring, and I think that becomes hard for other teams to prepare for.
Sure. So next game Saturday, correct?
That's right.
At Beech Grove,
Conference
a conference game.
That's right. And we talked about the last conference game we had. We were in first place. We lost that game, and now every conference game's a championship game now. And you hate to rely on other people to try to beat somebody. But I said, now you're playing. You win if you win on Saturday. Now you're still in second place in the conference. And then we go a week where we don't play a conference game, and then we play 2 conference games within that last week of the season.
Right.
So it was, we've talked about winning championships and getting in that environment, and kids are like, yeah, but we got to play on the road. And I said, we have to play on the road in the sectional too.
Right.
So it's a good thing for us to have to go. And, different dynamics and adversity. And, gosh, we've had illness, and we were missing one of our key seniors tonight. Right. Melinda we really missed her on the floor. We missed her in the locker room, and I know she was not happy to be home. But, it's just she wasn't feeling well, and that's what happens.
Right. And on the road, just to correct me here, the court's still the same size, right?
I think the goal's still 10 feet.
The goal's still 10 feet. Yeah. We won't do the Hoosiers thing here. But once again, congratulations, 52-36. You go to 12-4. And let's finish the season strong, and let's go from that 5 and keep building up on it.
I like it. I like
right.
that idea.
All right. Well, once again, thanks everybody for watching tonight. Thanks Bill P., Brian Pierce, and Dave Lindsay, and everybody else watching. And we're going to be back Saturday to cover the boys' game. And that's it from Pollard Gymnasium. Thank you.